Hey guys, so if you clicked in on this video, then I assume that similar to me, you may be on the lookout for those strategies, those tips, those suggestions for how you can be that bit more productive and perhaps that bit more economical and perhaps even intentional with how you spend, with how you allocate your time. And of course, if you are anything like me, then you know that it's definitely not an easy feat to accomplish. It's not an easy task to accomplish, whereby you're just able to, at the end of it all, at the end of the day, to be able to say to yourself with sincerity, with honesty, that, yes, I was satisfied. I am satisfied with how I chose to spend my day today, with how I chose to spend my time, with how I chose to allocate my resources. And honestly, that being said, I think it's a similar experience that most of us will have gone through, that we may be going through right now, whereby while we may necessarily want to strive to be more productive, to be more intentional with our decisions, we can sometimes fall short of it all. And sometimes may think back and realize that, maybe watching Netflix for 8 hours straight wasn't the best decision of my life. Maybe I should have gotten up in the morning to exercise that day itself. Maybe I should not have spent 10 hours of the day just binge playing video games, right? And when I say these things, I am mostly speaking from experience as well. And so in today's video, I did just want to share with you a game plan basically that I'm trying to construct right now for myself to help me to be more intentional, to be more economical with how I spend my time. But yeah, definitely it's a work in progress, it's a plan in progress. And if you guys find it valuable, then let me know in the comments. If you guys have your own tips and your own suggestions for how you go about managing your day to maximize the value that you gain from it, and so at the end of it all, you're satisfied with what you've accomplished, with how you spent your day, then definitely let me know. And of course, before I dive into basically my game plan, my thoughts on how I want to go about being more intentional with how I spend my day, with how I spend my time, I just want to also take this time to welcome all of you back to this channel and also to this new episode. Especially for those of you who are new to the channel, and especially if this is your very first episode, then just a huge welcome to you. And of course, to let you know a little bit about who I am and about what this channel is all about. Basically, my name is John and I am an economics and global studies graduate from Monash University. And I'm actually currently working my first full-time job in brand marketing. And so I do that over the weekdays from Mondays to Fridays, where I help to manage the growth as well as the health of a brand. Over the weekends, I manage this YouTube channel where I share across on the experiences that I have in my work, my triumphs and challenges there, the joys of weekends and hobbies, and honestly just any other learnings, any other valuable experiences that I may pick up, whether it be in a YouTube video, in a book. And basically what I'll aim to do is to share across those experiences, those learnings that I have in my own personal life with all of you. And hopefully, especially for those of you who are university students or even just young professionals just trying to make your way through life and trying to come to the grips with the whole notion of what adulting is even about, then hopefully you'll be able to find something useful from all of these videos. And of course, if you do enjoy the content that you're seeing, then definitely do leave a like. Do let me know in the comments the kinds of videos that you'd like to see in the future. And if you do want to see more from me in the future, then definitely do consider subscribing and turning on your notifications so that you'll know whenever I release a new video, which I aim to be able to do on a weekly basis every weekend itself. And so back to the topic of today's episode, right? How to have a game plan, what to keep in mind just perhaps before we approach the day itself. And so in a previous episode, I actually talked about how I necessarily set my goals, about how I've been recently approaching how I create my goals so as to just hold myself more accountable and so as to push myself, to give myself that additional push that I need just to get those goals completed, just to get those goals done. But at the same time, while I've been leveraging on that goal setting structure, and specifically that input based goal setting structure where I focus on creating goals which I can really control over whether I accomplish them or not. For example, releasing one YouTube video a week, reading one book a week, exercising twice a week. Those are all goals that I'm definitely able to control whether or not I accomplish them in like 99% of the cases. While that's a good approach for me in terms of just how I go about constructing my goals, I do also think now that upon reflecting that I want to add a secondary mechanism, a secondary approach and strategy for which will help me to achieve those input-based goals, right? And for me, when I think about it, I actually want to try to focus on being more productive by just front-loading the tasks that I need to do, the goals that I need to do in the earlier parts of the day. And hopefully that will help me to just be more productive, to be more economical and more satisfied with how I'm spending my days itself. And what I mean by this, I think, is that while right now I've set goals for myself, several goals, like I mentioned my goal of releasing one YouTube video a week, just to be consistent with this channel, to be consistent over how I post my content on a weekly basis. And while I hold myself accountable to basically releasing that one video a week, I think that it will also help me, it will also benefit me if I try to order my day such that when I think about when I necessarily ideate the ideas for my video content, when I necessarily take the time to record my videos. For example, right now I'm choosing to record in the earlier parts of the day, so it's a little bit past noon now when I'm recording this video. I'm trying to front load my tasks to push them towards the morning or towards the early afternoon now, just so that I'm able to perhaps have a more clear-headed mind, and also to have that added sense of productivity just to start off my day, right? Such that I'm able to get a strong start to the morning, such that I'm able to be able to say to myself by the time noon comes around, perhaps even, that you know what, I've accomplished what I need to accomplish in the day already. Now I have perhaps this next 12 hours, this next 9 hours left in the day itself, for me to even allocate to myself, so that I'm able to use it to de-stress, to have fun, to relax even, or perhaps even to get some other work items done, right? And so I think that this is definitely one approach that I want to try implementing in my own life, moving forward especially. And that's it. That's just basically how I want to try to be more economical, to be that bit much more intentional with how I spend my time. I'm not sure right now whether this strategy of just trying to front load more of my tasks from the afternoon to the evening to the morning would work for me. I'm not sure whether it's necessarily a strategy that I'll be able to do, but I think that it's definitely feasible, and so it's something that I definitely want to consider implementing for myself at least. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this approach, if you guys are trying it now, and if it works for you, and if you have any tips and strategies for implementing it for disciplining yourself so as to keep to that regimen, so to speak, that schedule, so to speak, then let me know in the comments your thoughts as well, and your own strategies for leading more productive lives, whereby at the end of it all you are satisfied with the decisions that you've taken in the day itself, with how you choose to spend your time. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video that you saw today, then definitely do consider leaving a like, do consider subscribing and turning on your notifications so that you'll know whenever I release a new video, which of course I aim to be able to do on a weekly basis every weekend. Other than that, you guys have a great week ahead, have a great day ahead. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.